What's going on, Sports Wars? This is Ryan with Dark Hay Outpost and GeeksandGamers.com, and Drew Brees is currently being canceled because of his opinion. Because his opinion does not 100% line up with what everyone thinks it should, so he is currently being canceled. Over a week after the tragic death of George Floyd in Minneapolis and everything going on in the country. Of course, that's how long it took for the NFL, organizations, these multi-billion-dollar companies, all of them virtue signaling, saying hashtag Black Lives Matter, only when it became good PR for them to do so. Now, Drew Brees was asked his opinion on what might happen when the NFL starts back up, if we might see more kneeling protests during the national anthem. And heaven forbid, Drew Brees give his opinion and it doesn't match up 100% with yours. People like Lebron James, the biggest hypocrite in the universe, is speaking out to no one's surprise. But I want to let you hear what Drew Brees himself is saying before you decide to cancel him. So let's hear Drew Brees in his own words. He gets asked this.
Season starts. I'm curious how you think the NFL will and should respond to that. And of course, you're such a leader in the league. What is your responsibility as a leader in times like this for the rest of your teammates and players in the league?
Well, I will never agree with anybody disrespecting the flag of the United States of America or our country. Let me just tell you what I see or what I feel when the national anthem.
And of course, that's the big quote that everyone's using. I will never agree with anybody disrespecting the flag of the United States of America or our country. That's simply what he said. And keep in mind that Drew Brees back in 2016 was outspoken when he said he supported Colin Kaepernick's desire to speak out against racial injustice, just disagreed with his methods. So Drew Brees is a quote-unquote ally. But again, nothing is ever good enough in these people's minds. Nothing is ever good enough except full, all-out subservience and the complete agreement with all of their opinions, no matter what. Let's continue on with what Drew Brees says.
Anthem is played, and when I look at the flag of the United States, I envision my two grandfathers who fought for this country during World War II, one in the Army and one in the Marine Corps, both risking their lives to protect our country and to try to make our country and this world a better place. So every time I stand with my hand over my heart, looking at that flag and singing the national anthem, that's what I think about. And in many cases,
So he's explaining exactly what he thinks about when he hears the national anthem and why to him kneeling during it could be considered disrespectful. That doesn't mean that everyone feels that way. That doesn't mean that that's the way I feel or that Colin Kaepernick feels or LeBron James feels or anyone. He is saying how he feels when he hears the national anthem. Let's be real. All of us feel different things. That's why there is such a hotly debated topic over this, because everyone feels differently.
Brings me to tears, thinking about all that has been sacrificed, not just those in the military, but for that matter, those throughout the civil rights movements of the 60s, and everyone and all that has been endured by so many people up until this point. And is everything right with our country right now? No, it's not. We still have a long way to go. But I think what you do by standing there and showing respect to the flag with your hand over your heart is it shows unity. It shows that we are all in this together. We can all do better, and that we are all part of the solution.
And that's how he ends. He talks about how he feels everyone standing there means unity to him. That's what Drew Brees is saying. But you know what? It doesn't matter to people. You can see right here, Michael Thomas, his teammate, the guy who has given Michael Thomas some of the best stats we've ever seen from a wide receiver's first couple years, Drew Brees, it doesn't matter. He don't know no better. And in fact, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, and Emmanuel Sanders have all subtweeted and unfollowed quarterback Drew Brees. Imagine being that bitch made that over an opinion you unfollow your team captain because of that. Because of an opinion, you're that much of a bitch, because that's what all of these people are acting like right now. And speaking of bitches, here's the biggest one of all. LeBron James. LeBron James, who is so outspoken when it's convenient for him. So outspoken when it's something that he cares about. But, like injustices that are going on in China, when people of Hong Kong are getting murdered in the streets, when the people of Hong Kong are standing up to protest, What does he do? He goes to China and he shuts up and dribbles, just like the NBA wanted to him, just like his sponsors wanted him to. Because LeBron James is a hypocrite. LeBron James is a bitch. This is what he says. Wow, man. Is it still surprising at this point? Sure isn't. You literally still don't understand why Cap was kneeling on one knee. Has absolutely nothing to do with the disrespect of the flag and our soldiers who keep our land free. And of course he says men and women because he just has to virtue signal in a tweet. Only 280 characters, you still got to get in that virtue signal. I feel you. Who keep our land free. My father-in-law was one of those. LeBron James, you are bitch made. That's how you play as an NBA player, and that's how you act in your life. If you really felt this much, if you really wanted to speak out for the little guy, you would have said something when you were in China. But instead, you kept your head down. You towed the NBA line. You towed your sponsor's line. That's what you did in China. And all you really have to do is go through the Drew Brees tag right now on Twitter, and you see so many people just absolutely hammering this guy because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that Drew Brees has talked so much before about racial injustice, not only in New Orleans, but around the country. It doesn't matter. All that matters is he doesn't 100% agree with you on this topic, so you are going to beat him into the dirt until he apologizes for it. That's what these people do. Apologies are never enough. Just living your life or having your beliefs is never enough. You have to believe exactly the same way as these crazy SJWs, these crazy cancel culture people. That's what is going on. Drew Brees Madden 2020 ratings leaked. All right, I got to be real. This is funny. Awareness, 0. That's pretty funny. I got to give you props for that. That's good. But yeah, just a lot of people virtue signaling right now, including all these big corporations who don't care about this at all. It took them over a week to say anything. They just think it's good PR. That's why they're tweeting about it. That's why so many of these other people are too. It's pretty disgusting, to be honest. Whatever your feelings, Drew Brees, pretty over a minute, pretty clearly explained why he feels the way that he does. And I get that. But that's not good enough for these people. It's either their way completely or you're canceled. We'll see what happens going forward to Drew Brees. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I will talk to you later.